can't afford to have it happen here.
Yeah, and perhaps they won't. Only time will tell, and that's seemingly something that we've run out of up here. Thank you so much, gentlemen. We're jumping into Ancient with Gambit versus fnatic. We're starting this best of one off in the right way with Chad and Alex.
Yanko banging that death segment out. Great stuff from him, Moses, and of course, Stunner. This is my most excited and anticipated match of the day for me.
Couldn't imagine why, but this one here, we're about to see if the fnatic that has just been doing work online can take it to one of the world's best teams right here, right now. And we're kicking off straight towards a nice and loud from Gambit.
The criminally underchecked box. Will Alex get away with murder? Nice distraction. Oh dear. It's perfect. Oh, it's perfect. Alex McMeekin massacres the entire Gambit squad. Just like that.
Well, that looks way too easy. That was Kevlar for everybody and headshots for everybody too. fnatic kicking things off in style, looking to keep this undefeated streak alive. That was hot.
Yeah, more of that, please. I love the fact he gets one and then just completely ignores this fella. Hobbit hasn't quite processed it.
No, because you're expecting it to be that temple fight. Just
the silencer.
Right there. So beautiful stuff, and it will be a full eco with a flash for Gambit here. Having a quick look at the stat lines now. Smooya is the highest rated player for fnatic throughout the 33 maps that they have played. But on Ancient, Brolin is the highest rated player, and Smooya is the lowest. They all have a positive rating, but it just means maybe the AWP doesn't have such an impact for fnatic in a map like this. So keep your eyes on babyface killer Brolin. Flash in a cave, here we go, and it's Brolin's chance.
Oh, he's so blind. What a lovely pop flash. Wow, wow, lovely maneuver. Full white screen, tucks himself into cave and leaves with a frag.
Yeah, lots of things you can get stuck on there, so good maneuver from Brolin, even able to keep himself alive during all of this, and Alex maybe not the same. M4 on the deck, scooped on up now, and a kill or two more for Nafany wouldn't go awry.
Interesting that Gambit were willing to let it go to Ancient. I wonder how developed fnatic's is. Here's end of the round. That was their rifle. Now just these unarmored Ts are going to get mopped on up. 10 bullets, 9. Smooya doesn't need any more.
Now, here's one of the things, right? Ancient, you're talking about it, you're bringing it up. At Blast that we just had last week, Ancient and Vertigo were not played at all. Now, I'm going to put that down to the teams that we had. For example, NIP, they banned Vertigo. Liquid, they don't play Ancient. Vitality, they don't play Ancient. You know, you could go through the list and see how those bans actually manifested. But here, obviously, with 16 teams, going to be a lot more chance to have the Vertigos, to have the Ancients. To see it in a best of one, though, I think that's the reason, you know, it's like, oh, okay, well, if they're happy to do war here, we're happy to watch.
Smooya's on his AWP, signature weapon, and highest rated member of fnatic and their undefeated spree. Can they keep it up here on LAN? Brolin tested immediately again. Nice navigation considering his options. Does have the smoke to deploy and has done exactly that.
Oh, Smooya's found one with the AWP in the meantime here, so he's actually gone out headhunting for Axile over towards A, right? Knowing their default spread. This is going to force the hand of Gambit now towards B, where 3 reside.
Ooh, cool boost.
The box, yeah, and you get a nice line of sight here, but Nafany's past it. He's going to get the spot on first. An easy kill for Nafany.
Yeah, great trade. Alex needs more, way more. He's not ready for that progression. Shiro's already up in their face, in their grill. Smooya needs a big one, and he's absolutely swallowed that flash. Rotates on its way, Crims to support him. He's got some util, plenty to go around, but the bomb will go uncontested. Crims far too wise, though. We'll just drop the nade to soften him up.
They're going to give this a crack here. Smooth's going fishing. Put the rod in the water right now. Needs to find them before they tuck into cave.
He has a smoke, dude. This could get weird.
I think they're actually going to save here, Alex. If you don't find a kill, you might want to consider it, but actually going for it here. Molly in.
I'll force them into Smooya. Bang!
Oh, the double!
The collateral! That's so ridiculous. And Hobbit on ramp smoked off. What a recovery. We're talking about saves. Smooya saves the day. Or not. Hobbit down and just in the nick of time. fnatic with a 2v3 retake.
That is wild right there. That Molly. What are the odds of that happening? Both just scrambling right here. Smooth's not going to get luckier than that right there. Has to hit the shot, but the double kill.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've had Alex with 4 kills at the back, Crims with the alley-oop on the Molly right there. The double kill comes on through, and then they eventually find the last kill through the smoke. Just in the nick of time as well. He is going to have a smile on his face here, old Smooya.
Right, the fact he gets the collat off the instead. We're talking about the nades. It just seems like an intervention from God, the fact that that's the after-plan positions and that's the nades he's got.
Yeah, pretty fortunate with that, but they'll take it.
Oh, okay. Hobbit's a real rascal through mid. Tends to find gaps.
Oh, and Brolin is really testing the spam. If you're just joining us, Ancient, since the update with the wall bang, you can spam all the way through there to mid, the other way down towards B lane, and Hobbit, well, he's up towards the top of mid here, gets a fight, and doesn't get anything. Alex with the opener right now is Gambit scratching their heads as Brolin's considering a little bit of a looky-loo here.
Yeah, this is risky, surely not, Brolin. He was just flirting with it. He has actually managed to tuck in as it fades, so don't want to give up that advantage. They've managed to accrue a nice one man to the good and rotating into a 3-2 split, leaving mid a wide open chasm for the T's to operate with.
Now this is a difficult clear right here. There's so many angles as you come through into cave, and Brolin's opted to play up on the box position. Swing
Nice.
in, and Nafany finds the kill to establish a 4-on-4 situation. Now, look at the lack of info. Top left-hand side of your screen here. Passive on the B-bomb site. Smooya is the only one with mid-info over towards Donut. One smoke, and he will have to rotate back. And Crim's a little bit passive over towards A right now. Roughly 35 seconds remain on the clock here.
Where's that bomb going? With Axel in A halls, it must be A.
Yeah, it looks like an A split here, so you have to get through Smooya. They need to deal with him before they can get that bomb down.
He's tested. He's actually going into them. He's not ready, but he still hits the flick. A quick one on the Z-axis. Allowed to reposition, and with 20 seconds, Gambit's chances dwindle. Not ready for this, though. Axel late into A. He's given him room to play, and now down goes Smooya. A 2v4 becomes
Alex
2v2.
is coming quick, Donut.
Yeah, but he's lost his head. Mezzi's gone. The Donut can't deny in time. A 1v1. 8 HP. It's Sheroes every day of the week. He knows where you are. Patience. Playing the waiting game. Shero could slink CT. And it is rewarded. Shero will pull Gambit's first out of the hat. Close. And it was Axel going unchecked that really started that house of cards to tumble.
Good stuff there from Nafany as well to push into cave and make sure he gets that kill onto Brolin to even things up on the 4v4, right? If Nafany goes down there, it's going to be a 3-on-5 situation. Smooya does great. You can see he's in transition here to at least get something, but you're bang on. Axel, just this late lurk coming on through. Crim's unawares, the pressure on his AWP, trying to... A couple of players have enough to go for a buy, but they're talking.
Brolin. Now, I've heard you throwing it around in your conversations that Brolin's back.
Yeah, this map right here, Brolin is the highest rated player.
Right. Oh,
yeah. So and Smooya, right, even though he is the highest rated player overall, is the lowest rated player on this map. So that gives you the contrast.
That's a
right?
good contrast.
So this map here is one where the AWP, right, in terms of impact, it can be few and far between with all of the smoke walls that come out on the T side. Think about how difficult it is to operate with an AWP, right? It ain't easy, but
just in general, the fact that Brolin's got new signs of life is really, really promising for fnatic.
well, you heard from Crim said there's more structure in this team. fnatic, the thing that they were lacking was structure, right? They're always such a floaty team with the flusher days, obviously, with Golden's calling and aggressive here. The snapping turtle forward.
Boost does get it off the flash. Nearly two. Does convert onto Inters as well. Oh, and Disaster has struck onto Gambit. Locked out, weapons recovered, sent back to spawn.
Yeah, they're scrambling right now all the way back across. Hobbit has shelf control here. Smooya top mid. It is Crim's over towards A, having to deal with two. His rotation quite far away at the moment. That smoke shouldn't have too much longer left on it, so they will need to back up old Crimsy boy over towards A as he drops on back towards the temple position. Needs a kill and needs to survive.
Not a fun duel for Crimson. Oh, he's just looked away. He's not going to be ready for the repeat. Bang. Okay.
Just needs to live now.
Survival integral. 50 seconds, and they're making
being pushed.
Abundantly clear. They aren't ready for Hobbit's lurk. Mezzi could catch him on his return to
Dropping
Donut.
back. They're coming back with the bomb right now. They've evacuated. They've drawn this rotation. They've done what they needed to. Mezzi could be the difference maker here, but he's made sound. Hobbit's heard this.
He knows where you are, and he's swinging in for you. Mezzi, oof, nearly on the pre-fire alone. But
Fighting top mid.
Just a catch. Even trades. Chaos. Pandemonium in middle. 30 seconds, and this double from the Force.
It's a race to B right now, but Gambit, they're calling the bluff. Where is Axel going? He needs to take the bomb somewhere. 20 seconds left. They have to make a decision right now, and he goes towards
I can't
B.
believe they've split up.
Yeah, this is so difficult now. Axel is so low on HP. This should be the round right now for fnatic, unless Shiro's flank is everything.
Yeah, his timing is everything as well. 10, 9. Shiro does have a chance. Smooya's dealt with him. He was ready for the split, and what a round out of fnatic. They have had some real stunners so far, but Mezzi's double now added to that list.
It really felt like there for a moment that fnatic had Gambit on a leash, right? They were kind of leading them around the map, but the scramble in middle where it was just a head-on collision, I thought it would have been done and dusted there. The fact that we got to play out this 2v2 situation after the double here from Mezzi, you can see the snap of this. The door smoke, the flash comes through, they isolate those players, and they force the Force Spy to be more than interesting. Great round here from fnatic to keep things up 4-1. And from fnatic's POV, I'm just catching some of the early util. Looks like they are lobbing out this door smoke. You just caught from Inter's great stuff rush from spawn. So they're trying to deny B lane control early. This allows Brolin to be a bit more flexible. You can see he drops that molly, he spams on through, tries to pepper anybody in front of that smoke. And it also means that they can actually play more aggressive. You don't have to if you're Fnatic, but you can. You have that option.
Right, call it like, you remember when you used to be able to throw the deep banana smoke from like T-spawn?
Yes, exactly.
CT spawn, yeah.
So right now, Intis is only coming through and the smoke's faded, right? So this actually buys a bit of a buffer. Smooya spotted, Axel noted as well with all the sound cues, but mid is basically gifted for free here. So no eyes on other than Crims from Donut. He's getting a bit horny.
Is he doing it? Is he doing it dry? Not advisable, and well, that's going to hurt. That'll leave a mark. Hobbit with a quick spank. Now maneuvering up through Red Room. Smooya's on notice here. You can see he's repositioning, and Brolin in tow as well.
This is really good for Gambit now. They have Hobbit who can be late, right? They can use whichever side they want to hit. Hobbit can stifle the rotations off flank, and they're coming through quick. Smooya, what a shot!
Yeah, you got any more of those? Smooya tucked in, actively contesting, and a great spray. He softened him up. Shiro low, Nafany the same. And look at Smooya go. Another headshot farmed. Hobbit books Alex and puts Mezzi straight into the clutch. A late arrival from Donut. We've seen this before. Alex did lose out on his chance. Can Mezzi do one better? Nafany does secure it. Gambit, great round out of them, and it's Nafany with 3 of his own.
Yeah, Crims going down right there was really detrimental because they already didn't have information, and then as soon as you lose a man, you lose territory. And that position from Hobbit, you could see how important it was because he gets to pull the trigger on that whenever he feels, right? He's holding on to space. He's denying the rotation through. He's hearing a lot of steps as well. If you have that Red Room control, you can hear the footsteps trundling back over from Highway of B, making a little bit noisy. Elephantitis over towards CT spawn. So a great round for Gambit to pull back, but guess what? The Force by Wars aren't done. Back in Fnatic go here, and they want a biff.
It's cool to see Gambit using middle so frequently. And Alex does not have a good hope here, maybe off this pin pull, but yeah. Cancels his plans, gets Hobbit. Defense is up.
This is going to be a really hard round for Fnatic here. Gambit should be set to grab their third and break the bank of Fnatic here. They've got the rifles. Fnatic only have pistols. No utility to boast other than one flash, but Crims... Oh, he's blind as a bat. He hasn't been cleared. Oh, no.
Yeah, just a bit premature there.
Yeah, panicky, obviously. You're going to be expecting them to clear that corner, so...
How was he to know? And this one, yeah, should just peter out now. Alex trying to get up on the boost. He's already dead. And this smells and reeks of a third for Gambit.
Should be the save here as well. You're going to want to make sure you keep up these upgraded pistols and the scout. Inters is already hovering back over towards T-spawn, so you can't push the issue too much here if you are the Swinglish mix.
So you've got interesting kind of historical context that were fed to us by our analyst desk. Yanko talking a little...
I love how you love interesting historical context.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I wasn't even talking about the UK boys and their UK CS woes. I think that was a staple of the CS scene, but just more in reference to Gambit and their recent LAN win. Of course, we saw them.
All right, sorry. Yeah, I'm with you. V4.
V4. The fact that they did, they had a trip and a stumble, but a big LAN best of 5 win.
The thing is this, well, when Yanko's like, yeah, it was convincing but not convincing, I think that was a similar vein of what he was saying. That almost feels like every Gambit game, and that is because of the way that they approach the game, right? They play the percentages, and when you play the percentages, you are going to lose rounds when you lose an opening kill or two because, guess what, right? You have to save, right? You have to go for a bit of a save scenario there. So you will lose a couple just for the virtue of that.
And when you're force buying as well, when you have an opportunity like that, that's round defining. Crims, it's unfortunate. You can't really blame him as well because logic dictates you're about to be hard cleared. Yeah. It's just a shame because, of course, hindsight being 2020, he did look like he could have had 2 backs turned. It does look like we're going to be taking a quick timeout.
Yeah, this is a tech, so we just have one player from the Gambit side with a quick restart here. We should be getting this one back underway ASAP. But it should be looking like a Gambit fourth here going forward, right? Just virtue of the money situation. fnatic will have to respect this. They should just use these saved guns. I would assume Alex and Crims will be going for a bit more of a save. Can't really risk investing anything just yet. But this is the thing with Gambit, right? I think Yanko pointing out the fact that there's 4 of them that are just teenagers. This was the narrative of the entire team. This is why we were so blown away with them, because it was the academy squad that worked very hard to get themselves up into this position. And then when Hobbit joined, that was the cherry on top. And then they came through, started the year looking hot to trot. Shiro showing that he's a world-class player. Nafany, we love the way that he in-game leads. Axel's aim, absolutely beautiful. Inter's hardcore support player doing all those roles for the team. And then Hobbit, you know, as I mentioned, the icing on top of that cake, the cherry on top, he's been beautiful. He's had some massive games to bail them out of pressure situations. So the more that they get to experience this, the more that they get to flourish on LAN, hopefully the more of the online version of Gambit we get to see, because it does take time, right? We can't just say you're going to step on in. You can't be like duck to water in these situations. Not everybody is a bit. And he has the support of 4 players around him who have played a bunch of LANs.
Yeah, no, not everyone's a bit, but don't you think the bit alone, his presence and his successes have kind of awoken a new hunger for organizations to find the next one?
Yeah, it already felt like we were looking for diamonds in the rough with these academy teams coming on through, but now you're actually seeing the benefits of it, right? Monacy is another big conversation at the moment, right? I think Torzi over there within the Mouse NXT roster. So you're seeing the next generation of players. Interesting note, though, I don't know if you spotted that. It is actually Groove behind the team instead of Finn. And look, we know that he can't attend when they're at the majors, but it's surprising that he's not here at IEM Winter. I thought that it was going back to him. Maybe I missed some news. Tweet at me if I did. There is always a lot of news here.
Yeah, and Groove, I think, he's typically like actually providing. Well, yeah, he owns the org, and he used to coach their league team. So he's done it all.
He's just an absolute brainiac.
Yeah, very passionate leads from the front line.
So just note this smoke here in front of Hobbit that you can see, right? He's actually dropping that smoke out on his own.
Ouch.
That right there is to dissuade CT Molotovs in mid to give them the space.
He just naded behind their one way as well. Like, it couldn't have been better.
Big chunky bit of damage right there. But this is very difficult to throw a spanner in the works if you are fnatic in a round like this. Smoothie would need to get a couple of tags with the scout. The Deagles would then have to chip on in. And with the low HP of Alex and Crims already, this is looking more and more unlikely as the seconds tick past.
Yeah, and they really are quite happy with late mid arrivals, and you can understand why. Once that smoke, Molly, and the perhaps potential 2-man setup breaks, you can rejoin your forces, and then they have this beautiful freedom where they can just kind of be a pendulum that swings towards the path of least resistance, be it A or B.
Alex is very lucky here, unless Nafany is aware that he's... Yeah, Molly didn't spread to the other side. Scoops himself up the first of the round. And at this point, it is just drawing fnatic over towards the A bomb site here. So it is about to get a bit biffy.
That's the technical term.
How iffy will it really... Yeah, never mind. It's done. It's done.
Needs another one of those. And well, Brolin's at least finished what they started. Hold the horses. Mezzy's deagle is actually hit too. He actually hit Shiro before that. He's already got 3 frags. There's another one in him. Mezzy delivers an impossible round. Let me see that one again. Okay. I can't quite believe that.
Alrighty.
From Alex in the pistol to Smooya's collateral into a Mezzy bull
Terror.
Bull terror.
Bull terror.
Nonsense.
How are they winning this?
Let me see that.
It shouldn't be.
What is that?
Oh, Lord.
Is that just like is that pure luck? Is this Mezzy just on a full other level?
Whoa, a bit of divine intervention there, and the kid doesn't even win. It's a bit of a smile. You got Smooth. Okay, I didn't think there was a way in the world.
I mean, that is something else. And you can see Keita behind him as well. Worth highlighting that Keita, UK representative as well. And of course, previously at that Complexity roster, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, bang on, bang on. He's quite the strategic coach, I would say. He's
new blood, yeah.
For
in
those
the
that aren't
fnatic
familiar with Keita, before he took that coaching role, he was doing, he was a Counter-Strike player for many a year, but he was doing observing for Face It. Right? He was part of that team, so he was sitting there every day watching every single game with the details and always had a brain for Counter-Strike. So good to see him transition into a role like this. But I cannot believe Mezzy won that. I didn't think there was a world. Apparently there is.
Possible.
Okay, wow, beautiful stuff here. But look, a timeout taken for fnatic after that round win, I think just to calm things down. Brolin with a nade on through, not going to land where desired.
This is heavy, eh? Like, Crims has been having his woes here. Couple of rounds have slipped away upon his demise.
Yeah, well, he is having to anchor this one down, and they are testing him one more time, but lots of players close here. Is Hobbit trying to creep in towards Donut? Look at Alex. He's playing a bit of a sleeper position. They need to be aware that that creep is open, and Smooya floating back top mid. So some uncharacteristic or...
Oh, you patient man. Hobbit strikes. Need a lot out of Crims here. Multiple players. Nice for a double. Needs to play for his life now. Bomb loose. Confirmation of their commitment. Nafany with info, and now Molotov down. Perfect execution. Hobbit continues, and he just wrecks heads. Brollan next on his naughty list. Smooya to try and make impact. Mezzy, the savior of the previous. Now, they haven't planted. Smooya is so hyper-aggressive. The Moth to the Flame, a Smooya to the Smoke, and Nafany's actually taking the bomb elsewhere.
Yeah, well, Inters right now is securing the B bomb site, so if Hobbit gets another kill here, I don't know what fnatic are meant to do, and he's noisy about things too. Spotted, Smooya does get the kill, and...
I think they're surely piecing this together now.
Mezzy is just clearing behind right now to make sure they aren't being flanked, but the bomb to make its way over, and you wouldn't be expecting this, so they should get the bomb down here. Now the question is, do Smooya and Mezzy fancy their chances? It wouldn't be the first retake we've seen.
Knives are out. Gap is closed.
They're definitely considering it right here, but the fact is, when you have to come through and clear all these angles, it's not going to be easy to get past a position like Inters.
Inters has been here for so long, he could have chosen so many positions. This is what he opted for, and it works well for the first. Mezzy, a 1v1, bomb half gone.
Has the kit.
He's thinking about it. Hard clear. Nafany doesn't even give him a single bit of information, and now time is not on his side. Nafany just checks, calls the bomb clear, and that's the end of that. Gambit 4, fnatic 5. And yeah, I mean, there's the patience in that.
I really like that round from Gambit, right? If you've played any Ancient in maybe your matchmaking games, or you played a couple of pugs, one of the key details is when you hit this A bomb site, it always feels like the rotation gets there really quick, right? You drop your smokes, you try and get on in, but it always feels like there's so many CTs, they're coming out of here, there, and everywhere. And by pulling the plug on that, by dropping all the way back, and especially through Inters, right? He was the unsung hero of that round. You're guaranteeing that the CTs are closer towards CT spawn, if anything. So great play from Gambit, and that is now going to play into fnatic's mind for the rest of the game when they hit pause. So keep that in the back of your noggin, as it will be another fnatic force buy. And look, they've had success in rounds like this. If they don't win this one, it's a chance for Gambit to actually take the lead. And they've evacuated the B bomb site completely here. All 5 CTs over towards middle. Brollan is floating around right now. Called this one clear. Noisy about it with the flash. And if Gambit get a move on, they might even be able to find themselves in for free.
Sounds ideal.
Yep.
Yeah, Brollan smoked, flashed, tucked, and Shiro dealt with one. Wow, that is impressive on the dink, but...
Yeah, I think he'll let someone else grab that, but this boost might be nice.
Yeah, it could be good for one. And it is. Dismantled now, but here comes Axal on the fade. Brollan with the 1D, and suddenly my interest is peaked.
Shiro's still low for
no kit. Smoke, though, and they are at least flirting with a defuse. They've got the 10-second defuse ahead of them. Crims catching one from the stray, and now on the hold. Crims not going to be good for the first. It's not planted for the wallbang. Full 10-second defuse, and Hobbits surely the last to fall. Shiro to save, and fnatic another retake. This is getting problematic for Gambit.
I think they've won more rounds where they've had worse buys than they have full gun rounds here for Fnatic. They're getting it done in the scrappiest way possible, and one of the keys to this is just how active they are on the map, right? I'm talking about all 5 players mid, they're taking a lot of info. It means they can respond really quickly. They always seem to have a good idea of where at least Gambit want to finish. Now, in the previous round, they obviously ended elsewhere late, but this is great shooting here. So Fnatic are keeping this one competitive, but all it's going to take is consecutive rounds for Gambit to break the bank here. Smoke mid, out they go. Held at bay by the Molotov, so adjustments being made on the fly, and over towards A they come. It's just Crims.
Quick, it's so quick. Crims caught out completely, still manages to take ahead, but the site is already lost. Chad, it's...
Fast flank from Alex here, though. They won't account for this.
That's true, he's hyper fast. Oh, Lord. He might even be there, but as the smoke fades. And Smooya there, maybe to distract. Alex, are you brave enough to go through? The answer is no, but they can strike with an element of surprise here. Shiro's in Temple. You got Smooya late from CT. Now Brollan eliminated. Smooya trying to put enough pressure on them, but they're running out of opportunities now, and that is such a perfect pre-aim. Look at that. The round falls apart. Great recovery from Gambit. And yeah, I mean, we are starting to see more evidence that the A site can be exploited.
Yeah, look, this is one of the things, right? For the longest period of time, the dialogue was just go B. But Gambit are showing us, and a lot of success over towards this A site so far, that they can push the issue, especially when they don't have full buys, right? You're lacking smokes, you're lacking Molotovs, harder to keep them at bay for longer. And finally, fnatic have been broken here. Look, we have had this ping pong of rounds, the back and forth. I don't know if they're going to force buy or not, because fnatic kept force buying, right? They're not giving themselves full gun rounds here, and I don't know in an undefeated streak that they've had, especially on this map, they're 4-0, if they've been in this position too often, right? But you had up in the bushes right there, a bit of the Rambo face paint on at the undoing of Alex. And it will be just a light on round here. Flash is going to come over, so they're trying to isolate Axel here, Alex. Now, the Flash is...
They could have gone wrong, you know. Axel,
yeah, he has the bomb. He should be fine.
Could lose his bomb here. But he won't. Not interested in losing to USPs, not today.
What they did right there, right? Where Axel would play on a default round to be covering that off, you can understand, right? Creep up close, get into main, flash, a couple of USPs, swarm like bees, ding, 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 dead, AK down. But his position right there, he was actually able to play around the pylon, be a bit more pivoty, and that's the difference maker in a situation like this. So no worries, no dramas, and speaking of dramas, the buy isn't great for fnatic here. Smooya with the big green, sure, but Brolin and Mezzy operating with an MP9.
Look at this setup. 3 go mid. Smoked off. Crims to Donut. There is so much utility being exchanged early here. Wow.
4 smokes on mid right now, and 1 over towards B long.
So many Molotovs.
A lot of investment, and look what that's done. fnatic have no U-tool left to operate with the round. A flash, a smoke, and a HE is all that's left for 1 minute and 30 seconds. This is about to get rough.
And Gambit are more than happy to come mid-late. They've demonstrated that, and they'll continue to do so. Here they come after all your nades. Now it's just going to be bullets, so Shiro holds the ledge push. Stops Brolin from contributing entirely.
They have the 3 biggest guns for fnatic right now holding this A bomb site, right? 2 in Donut, 1 over towards the big box of A, and they have to creep. No. They need to find something.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, Gambit want this. This is exactly what they're waiting for. A single flash. Oh, it did catch 1. Need more out of Crims. He can't deliver. And straight through the smoke? Nafany, he just feeds him a frag and an AK. Brolin needs to get to A ASAP. ASAP.
Well, they're hitting pause right now. Inters is creeping B again for info here. So Gambit just want to sit and wait and see what Inters finds. We can see radar top left, nobody home. And that is calling the transition back over towards the B lane position. Up Tetris, they'll hop. Over the ledge, they'll go.
It's a cool game plan they've got. Inters just stares at the smoke. Eventually has room to slowly crawl and take map control away. And just as he is rejoined with his squad, they'll have a ramp and cave finish. And Mezzy's the only man within earshot of this.
Worst weapon for the job here as well.
Couldn't be worse. And I mean, it's an obvious clear. It's up to their plant, I guess. Distraction.
Good bait.
Yeah, I like it. Might lead to a plant that's available for Mezzy to deny.
Oh, bottom spotted.
Can't do it. Hobbit again, just saving Gambit time after time, but that's just the one from Brolin's rifle. Smooya
has to be a save.
Has to be the AWP, yeah.
They've pushed the issue so many times, right? It wouldn't surprise me to see Smooya of all players going for a round like this, but they need to, right? The money not in a great position right now. It's only going to be 2,400 as the loss bonus into the next, and Axel even getting a little bit cheeky, starting to have a look and see if anybody's around. So well handled from Gambit here. They're happy to have these exchanges go quite evenly, and then from there play out the mid rounds, and they're handling it very, very well. Axel continuing this little saunter. Red House now.
I mean, their game plan makes sense. It doesn't really have many leaks, does it, in terms of where things can go wrong? Smooya.
Oh. I think he went down. He did. He went down. Smooya died. Smooya died there at the final second, so there's nothing for fnatic to go through here. He went down there in the final seconds of that one.
Must have been the last frame.
Yeah, because like as we cut away, it was already transitioning, so he must have just got
last
a straight
click.
bullet or two. Yeah,
bam.
That right there. Oof. Okay. It looked like he was going to survive in that, and now it's just pistols. Gambit should be securing themselves the 8th round right now. You got the Sky Molly for front donor. You can see where that one lands.
Well,
right behind it, mid control again. So Hobbit, it's a walk in the park right now.
Yeah, he's having a lot of fun, and he's got lineups from that box for B and A. For now, We just have to see if there's any more damage from the Deegs.
Yeah, I counted them out. Last time Mezzi had a Deagle in his hand, so I will wait and see, but they really shouldn't have too much to say in a round like this one, fnatic, unless Gambit get a little bit chaotic about things. The bomb is down towards T-spawn. Crims and Smooya are patrolling both middle and A main quite aggressively here, so at least Mezzi, Brolin, and Alex know something is coming, and well, I think the utility is indicative of that. It should just be a B finish. Plenty of smokes, a couple of flashes.
All right, so long and short smokes. Shiro to take contact. He's got to clear the cubby. That's his job. That's his port of call. And actually the wallbang from Hobbit has dealt with things. A nice little off-the-cuff boost. And, ooh, not enough vision. Nafany should spray them down here and has already brought Mezzi even lower. Looking to finish what his nade started. It's looking set for 8. There is one Deeg in the feed. There shouldn't be much more, and suspicions confirmed. Alex for one more for good luck, but there's 8 Gambit to win out their T-half here on Ancient. fnatic now looking for one last jab to keep that gap as small as possible.
Hobbit and Axel are having great games here, right? And that's what you want to see with these two individuals on your screen right here. We've got 15 for Axel and 15 for Hobbit. On the other side of things, 10 apiece for Brolin, Smooya, and Mezzi. That would be the star trio of the team. You can see that they actually spam from inside the divided position in Cave right there as well. So it's paper thin, those wooden boards these days. Adds an interesting dynamic that not too many of you pure CSGOers would be familiar with, but we're back into this, and Hobbit doing what Hobbit does best. Shiro has a lot of space here. Could open this one up if Alex oversteps the mark.
Ah, interesting.
He did, yeah. He just wasn't ready for that so quick. What a progression.
Yeah, but they've just swapped sides now. It's almost a role reversal. Now the Ts are defending the site, and the CTs already at 1 minute 27 of pushing back in. Go, it's perfect! Okay, Gambit starting to really whir into action now. And Axel will even walking, lurking now through all of A. He's in CT already. We've got 70 seconds. This is the quickest of finishes, and Crims is going to be... You're not a knifer, are you, Axel? Nope, definitely.
He's a headshotter.
Yeah, and that will be a nice one. Smooya, no reason not to go for it. Very effective AWPer. But not today. Nafany, another head. I'm sure another guttural roar as we will take a quick 2 minutes. When we do come back, though, we'll be finding out if fnatic can remain undefeated or if Gambit will be the first to knock them down.
I think we're in the middle of the rebuilding phase and we're doing pretty well, honestly. The EPLs went well as our first tournament. And then we had a kind of a down phase for IEM 4 where we didn't win a map. But now with the change bringing in Smooya, we're definitely back on the right trajectory. And I think we're feeling better and better as the weeks go on.
Batten down the hatches and stay undefeated. I mean, Gambit, of all people, this is surely the tallest task they've faced.
Yeah, this is a rough one for fnatic, really, when you consider the context coming into this tournament. Des, we're talking about the DreamHack Open win. Sure, things have been going in those realms, but this is a whole different kettle of fish. And, well, you know what's a little bit strange? Mezzi with a T-side CZ75. So let's see what he's got in store for us. I think Cave's on the docket here.
Hey, we've seen this before. Brolin with all the smokes. And, well, that's a very quick finish for fnatic initially. Down goes the Mezzi CZ. Alex gets to work with that instead.
They should be able to get into the site right now. Inters and Hobbit are smoked off. Not to know it, but they will be starting to fade in the next 5. Bomb needs to be planted and will, but a 3-on-3 should ensue. Inters with a smoke and a flash.
Really important pistol for fnatic here.
Oh, the boost onto the box.
Don't hate it. Now, Crims has given them a chance in this round. Can Alex...
A long smoke.
His partner in crime work on this clear big one from Hobbit. May not be expecting this though, and oh no, doesn't finish it. Great catch. Axel on the swing. Goes down. Hobbit holding. 10-second defuse. Crims 3 frags, not anymore. A full 10 seconds. Brolin, he's not gonna check. No time, no time, no time. Oh, and the first just shy. Hobbit brave there, especially when the teammate defending him goes down.
Yeah, really trusted his teammates right there, didn't he, Hobbit? Huge stuff from him, and you think Crims, he's doing a lot right there, gets 3 big kills. I think the position would have been noted right there, especially on the box, right? Because the boost came on through, right? You get the boost on the box, you think, okay, well, maybe there is another player lurking around that cave position, but Crims trying to do his absolute best right there. The smoke just fading. Brolin almost.
A little jump, yeah, just
almost gets it.
half a second extra.
Shiro likes that one, and they're going to get themselves up to the double digis first here, 10-6. And, well, true to nature right now, Fnatic will go for another force buy. That's where they seem to have had more of their success within that first half.
Yeah, it's good to see Shiro celebrating as well. Sat them down on media day for that Sounds of Land thing. And
how'd that go?
Just cracking a joke about the fact that might, you know, these roars were Shiro, and his teammates acknowledged that that's probably, you get the most you get as a thumbs up. Okay. Or a slight rise smile. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. 10 for Gambit, and we are going to be seeing a force, so it is going to come down to space and indeed utility. Magic Molotov is in the sky.
I love that Molotov.
I guess it doesn't matter if it's banned if you never get to play it.
Well, if everybody uses it. It's not as bad as the Vertigo one through the floor, though. That one's cheeky. Over towards that B bomb site here, but Fnatic opting to take their rifles over towards A, and Alex forward and down. Oof. They can turn their attention now and deal with this A main push.
And Brolin's... Oh, what is that?
You don't see Hobbit miss those all too often.
No, nearly never. Now, Shiro Temple, and already with a double. He's surely going to be cleared, but he's allowed to take another. Smooya in a clutch, and he's loud about his reposition.
He can take his time here.
No, he can't.
No, he can't. No, he can't. Well, I feel this one is going to be slipping away from Fnatic now, right? When you lose the pistol and you go for an audacious force buy like that, the next round to play is some light pistol upgrades at best. We're talking Deagles, maybe P250s, a little bit of util around. Now, at this point right now, if you're Gambit, you should be getting up to 12 pretty easily.
Now, is it a safe assumption, and just correct me if I'm wrong here, that when Alex is leaping through a smoke so early in the round like that, he's expecting no one to be there? It's not like he's going for some sort of element of surprise play.
I think the plan is to catch them off guard, right, with the play, because he wants to draw attention so his players can come out of main. And in terms of them not being there,
yeah, 50-50.
Yeah, it's a 50-50. That's what it is, right? So it's like an in-game leader call. Only in-game leaders can make those type of plays.
You see Carrigan do those all the time.
Whereas if you wouldn't see a Mezzi make that type of play, right? For example, JKS, when I was in-game leading the team, I would have to tell Justin, run through that smoke and die. Like, I didn't want him to die, but like that's what I'd have to say to him to get him to do it. Because if I went go through that smoke, he probably wouldn't.
It's against his best interests.
But to be fair, Justin was a top 20 player in the world, and I'm here talking nonsense. So I think we know whose approach is better.
And speaking of, I think Hobbit's not going to let another one of those go right. Brolin this time, revenge struck, and a lovely 1,200 bucks injected into the Hobbit bank account. We've had some crazy Deagle rounds out of Fnatic. Alex this time not able to deliver, and it is just a matter of time now before that 12th is reached. Fnatic yet to get out of the starting blocks. I think that pistol really was compulsory to string together an early advantage, but for now it is going to be that long road in order to accrue a comeback.
Yeah, one of the things when you go for Deagles on just a light pistol buy round like this, you're hoping just to find a couple of crisp headshots, right? That's what you're doing. You go for a bit of a default spread, you do your little jiggles, you hope that you hit a nice shot, and then that's how you're going to open the round. But once you get dealt 2 MP9 kills, that's not the way you want to kick it on off. Axar will finish proceedings, and 6 rounds to the good right now as the AKs will come back into the hands of Fnatic after the earlier force buy fell flat. Now, their T-side approach, right, we've already seen them lob out the similar mid-utility, the window smoke. We've got to get the donut molly in play. So let's see if Gambit have an answer, if they want to play that more aggressively, or if they're happy just to concede that mid-control out the gates here. It is just Hobbit on his lonesome. Mid-util landing, 3 players over towards the B-bomb site, and a bit of a one-way here for Hobbit, so we can call sector clear. No dramas whatsoever in the mid-corridor. Lamps, however, getting a little bit hot. This is a spread from Fnatic across the map. They're taking their time about this. Brolin holding down the B lane, while the rest...
It's not much to sell the fake, but it does pull the smoke extinguish out, and yeah, still just a one-man defensive A. So
Well, they have to
calling
explode
for
on
aid
this.
now.
Yeah, they're
Axile,
exploding.
he's tucked in. Look at the angle he's gone for. I wonder how well this pays off for him. Oh, it's perfect. Mezzy and Crims, I think a team flash as well as they emerge. And yeah, collapsing. Alex looking the wrong way. Gambit are handling this with grace, with poise, and with ease.
Yeah, and you see the difference here, right? Brolin, oof.
Go on.
Able to find the kill.
Run, Smooya,
It's a
run.
race, right? Axile, look, as soon as B lane control is taken from Gambit, Smooya's pinned, right? Like, this race has already been won.
Yeah.
Gambit have won it. The only way that this can happen is if Smooya swings through the doors, hits an absolute blinder or two of a shot, or if Brolin comes through cave right now and, sorts him out. But look at this, thinking on your toes right here.
Imagine if Brolin somehow... Oh, he might have heard it. No. Oh,
He's passed. How did they let this happen?
And Axile dinked. There's a world now, if Brolin's careful, that bomb goes down and a 2v1v4. The bomb at least planted by Smooya, and that'll do nicely. Shiro not having any interest in that one falling away from them. We got 13 for Gambit early here.
Yeah, that one probably should never even have the bomb going down. So Fnatic do get a little bit fortunate there, but you see the difference, right? When that mid play was done time and time again by Gambit in their first half, most of the time they had mid presence for donut pressure, right? To go away without mid control, I feel it has to be one of the hardest things to do on this map. And they really had a rough time applying any pressure, right? They threw some utility towards mid, but Hobbit had the line of sight. This was great from Axile here, actually using that donut smoke to his advantage because that's the one position they're not expecting to die from. And Shiro just comes through as easy as you like. A nice quick two-piece feed right there to grab themselves 13th. And now the smiles are starting to creep onto the faces here as the scratches of their heads on the other side of things. They haven't been able to establish a default scenario just yet on this T side here. Not enough rounds have been played.
I mean, if ever there was a round, it would be this one, right? Everyone's got, not full util, but as close as they're going to get. Smooya had the option of a glass cannon, but as we know...
It's too hard to operate the AWP on the T side of this, right? Like, two mollies mid, a B long smoke, you know, getting spammed through the boards at B, an A main smoke, right? Like, it's very difficult, I think, to operate a T side AWP. They're not even really forcing Hobbit to do too much here. You can see he's allowed to drop his one way. Oh, he's going to tuck on in.
It's interesting.
No molly
he's
for
not
this.
behind the one way. Again, Alex is going to be looking the wrong way. Side of the head, his ears pierced. Hobbit even trades at the bare minimum. Mezzy's across, Axile supporting, and Mezzy surely dead now. The flash, he converts, not quite the double. That could have been a difference maker. Oh, Crims needs this now, and does so cleanly. So, bomb, and a potential. Oh, he's a little late on the back. Just Shiro gets there with a second to spare. But Gambit, yeah, I mean, they've really proven that this is theirs every day of the week. Fnatic not yet demonstrating any sort of evidence that we could hold on to that these defaults can convert into rounds.
Yeah, this will be their 5th map loss here for Fnatic, but their first series, and I know it's only a best of 1, but, you know, it's their first time actually losing, right? Knowing what losing feels like.
What a win for Fnatic in terms of making such a huge roster change and then immediately being gifted a win-streaking team against Tier 1 opposition.
Yeah, it's not bad at all here. Obviously, we built it up that Gambit were the favourites in this one, and we wanted to see what type of Fnatic we were going to get. It's not done just yet. 2 more rounds necessary to close this one out. The buyback in from Fnatic here. Once again, it's a little bit light on. Galil's instead of AK's util already worked on through, and well, now they're turning their attention towards B, and they're in.
That's a big opener. Nafty's in trouble too. Yeah, 2 kills in the feed for Fnatic. 3 now, faffing around with his nades. He goes down. Mezzy's gone. Nade's good.
What a nade.
Grim's surely dead now. 1 HP and finished off now by Hobbit. It's up to Smooya and Brolin now to make this a 7th. The bait and switch. He throws the incendiary. Smooya, what are you doing?
Oh, he has to.
Oh,
he has to.
Brilliant. And now we're ready for Axile. Hobbit, the last, and defended brilliantly. Lovely proactive play from the Brit.
Wonder if this gets the car going right now, because really just stuck.
From the Brit. That's never come out of my mouth before. How exciting.
Yeah, well, look, the UK Counter-Strike players were good once upon a time. There was a team called Birmingham Salvo. They won the Championship Gaming Series back in 2008.
And I heard that there was this roster called, let me get it right, 4 Kings.
Yeah, that was with
and it was
a Henry Greer special.
3 UK players.
And 2 Swedes.
And 2 Swedes.
It's the recipe for success, apparently. You can't get it done with the 5 Brits, but they're making this one work.
Life imitates art.
It's curious. It is curious that they've been able to make this one look like one of the most convincing Fnatic rosters we've had in some time. And that is a bit of a shame to say, because Fnatic has always been a staple of the Counter-Strike scene.
Yeah, it's been weird not having the black and orange on the stage.
I guess the same thing happened with VP for a while there. You know, right when they were trying to scrap together whatever Polish roster they could, and eventually they bit the bullet and said, well, we're just going to go over and grab Avangard, I guess. And it seems like a pretty good decision. But here we go. Is there any life now in Fnatic after a round win here? They're first, and turning their attention back towards A. Brolin is left as the B babysitter, and Alex and his merry men try to hit this A side again. It is quick. They're already out right now. Axel, you got a lot on your plate here, my friend. The dink is not enough.
That's huge from Alex. And info, Smooya confirms Temple is occupied. And a deep molly could cost him his life. He's going for the plant here.
That is very deep.
Can anyone contest?
Should be able to get this down in time.
Okay, Alex now gone. We've got ourselves a 4v4, and it's on.
No kits here for the retake. Might even just be a save here from Gambit if they don't find something soon.
Saw him. Knows they're on the site, or at least lingering in the smoke. Smooya looking indecisive. Mezzi partnered up, close on big box. Has to be Hobbit. Nice defense. Info, though, and the headshots are good. Good delivery from the Swede. Crims has sent them packing, and Fnatic with 2 consecutive rounds.
Oof, that's almost enough here to break the bank of Gambit. These are saved guns.
No hunt, though, right?
Well, you shouldn't. You need to establish as well, if you're Fnatic here, you can't risk throwing too many bodies at this. One, yes. More than that, you start to ask a couple of questions here.
Yeah, they've done it well as well. You're not really getting through that tight line from Shiro.
It worked this time. You could see how quick it was. The flash and the push came actually, I think, before that donut smoke had actually bloomed right there. So they want to try and catch these A players off guard, because some of the things with a map like Ancient, especially if mid feels very susceptible, is your A player can tend to lend himself to help with the mid. Oh, okay. Never mind. We're back. I was about to get a little bit worried there for everybody at home. Would have been casting off of this, and I don't know how well that would have gone. But Alex, out mid, Hobbit in the top of the red house here. The AWP and the M4, all that Gambit have to boast for this one. And A-main is called clear. Nobody home this time. They're in the wrong place at the wrong time. But Inters, here we go.
Boosted up. The right move when you got just 2 rifles to work with. He's teaching us all the lovely little smoke. I'll take notes. Locked in. Now, though, distracted. Enables Inters for 1 and 2. Oh, Mezzi, I think he thought he had that. Leaves Inters tagged up, but still delaying for now. They can't lose to 2 rifles, and they're starting to. Smooya needs multi, needs both. Glock could do the job. Alex as well partners up with him. 2 versus 3. And the 2 Brits piecing this together now. Bomb scooped up. Inters has not moved a muscle. Alex reacts accordingly. And he's off to A. It's the right call. To beat them to the punch is Hobbit.
Oh, they faked it. That was a death cam fake. That's worked perfectly. Inters has started rotating. Hobbit's already got to move on as well. They've just called the bluff right here, and this is a great little maneuver right here from Alex. They should be in. The plant should be going on down, and maybe even Inters holding onto this rifle for another round.
It worked. It worked so well. Gambit, they not only had the hook in their mouth, they bit down on it hard. And it's led to an open side. I don't think Alex can really believe it, but the bomb will be planted. It's Smooya's responsibility. Alex to take a nice after-plant position. So
many nooks and crannies to clear here as well, right? They just want to make sure that they have something established. Inters has gone for a look towards mid. He can actually start jumping up, and he's not going to cause too many issues here for Smooya, who, Inters has passed.
He's through.
He's already in Cave, but Cave was always a question, right? They were there early, but there was always a timing window. This still gets interesting.
No info yet. They haven't heard those steps.
Hobbit's noisy.
Very. Gets the info though. Smooya. Oh, what a pre-fire. Come on, Hobbit. Be reasonable. There's Smooya's collection and 9 on the board. Made to work for it, but 9.
Yeah, cheeky there from Hobbit. I think Smooya is probably counting his lucky stars. He was able to convert that one because Alex was low in his own 1v1L throughout that. And yeah, you see Mezzi, it did feel like he got that kill right. He pivoted away. Not sure if he thought a flash was coming to get dicey on the site right there, but handled at the end of the day. And well, now we won't have any CT-sided AWP in the hands of Shiro. Keep in mind, no kit either, so these post plants will start to come into question.
Good to see the motor mouth on Smooya hasn't been dulled in that jersey.
Cave
Looking
control,
poppy.
Yeah,
Well, hang on, the bomb's there. Yeah.
But they've established control early. Nafany forward.
Ooh, Smooya's in trouble. Smooya, never mind. Not expecting Smooya there. Leads to probably the easiest opener he's ever going to find.
Yeah, and that was because of all that cave pressure, right? So Nafany was thinking they were going to pop back out in his direction, but just that passive approach actually paying off right there, and now they can move themselves quite gracefully around the map here. Back through T-spawn with the bomb on the back. Hobbit and Axel looking for some space in mid, and they're calling nobody home. That's forced to full rotation. Shiro, Inter's cheating on over. Brolin and Hobbit, that could be the duel to decide it all. Because if Brolin, if they throw him to the Wolves, if they say, Brolin, go let us know what's going on at B before we commit to A, that could be the difference maker. Because if Brolin walks in, they still have time to rotate back. But if he just stays pretty in cave, this could be Gambit's gamble stack paying off.
Yeah, they've really laid a trap now. And as time ticks, the certainty that fnatic are about to put their foot in it grows. 30 seconds. That's the commit. A smoke to destabilize. Inter's established. Crim's going to go straight through. Oh, and that's the bomb. That's surely the round. Gambit ready for it. A recovered smoke. Groundhog Day for Alex on that temple angle. He's just not ready for that. Smooya at least is. A 1v4 though. And with 10 seconds, it's too tall an order. You'd have loved a quick react onto Inter's, but not allowed. And 15 is on Gambit's board. So many opportunities, 6 chances now to break fnatic's streak.
Yeah, the story of this game for me is just Gambit outmaneuvering fnatic in a lot of these situations. Now, we've seen, you know, Heroic are quite the gambly team right there, and I think Gambit will probably weighing themselves up for the same, right? We'll stack this A bomb site. If they head over towards B, we'll just go for a bit of a save. But if they come into the den, we're going to profit in a big way. So just one more round of play here. The buy is out. The best that they can muster is 4 AKs and the Deagle, and actually with the MP9s on the other side, I would say that fnatic have the better buy of the two. Shiro with the big green, however, could be a difference maker. 19 kills for him. Oh, and spray from range right there. Locked out, they're coming through.
Yeah, and he's ready for you. He's ready for trouble. Oh my God, he's a bully.
Bomb again.
He's a proper bully. And he should be dead. How is he still alive, Axel?
But they can all come into main right now. They can just fortify this position, lock this down.
Yeah, Ancient's going to feel very small.
Yeah, I'm not always... a proponent of playing the bomb, and Shiro, that's a gift right there.
Well, Smooya had a lovely little elevated angle as well. But at least means the round is interesting once again.
Yeah, now, Inter's with a very forward position just caught there. You can see if they do want to go back all the way through spawn, this is not a commonly cleared angle. Middle would be the best option, and Nafany currently jump peeking towards top mid, so if they can do anything about him, a smoke would be great. Now they can work on top mid or donut control. Smooth with the bomb. Hobbit and Axel to receive, and Axel's boosted back on up towards that planter box.
Hobbit's always good for at least the one, but not today. At least not yet. Now comes to play, and just one frag away. Crims down in the dumps, 9 HP, 3 to find, and there it goes. fnatic down to the lower bracket. Gambit the ones to send them there. The best of ones, brutality, as fnatic just get that gap growing a little too large. Looking good though. Gambit coming in hot, fresh off of one at V4, and now into IEM Winter in the upper bracket. We'll be reviewing that over at the desk.